Hey everyone. Heyo. All right, hi guys. Thank you for joining today. So today is gonna be just like last week, a full body flow, because that's what people asked for. So again, thank you for joining. I'll just give it another minute or so just to let people join in. Hi Slav. As usual, if you do have blocks with you, they would be a great help. So have them beside you if you can. Other than that, water, your mat, and you're good to go. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, if the volume's fine. Awesome. All right, 30 seconds and I'll start. All right, awesome guys. So we'll start, we're gonna start in a seated position this time. So just make yourself comfortable on your mat. So we'll start, it's just coming down, taking any comfortable seated position. You can close your eyes, drop your hands onto your knees. We'll just start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and a deep breath out through the mouth. One more deep breath in and a deep breath out. So dropping your shoulders down away from your ears and just starting to arrive into this room, into this moment and onto your mat, letting go of the day behind you, letting go of any thoughts, letting go of anything that's going to hold you back from fully enjoying, fully receiving the benefits of your practice today. And starting to just connect with your body, with your mind, and with your breath. Starting with the body, just noticing how the body feels right now. Noticing whether there's any tension, any tightness, any pain, or any discomfort. And wherever you do find that tension, try to let it go. So for example, if you're noticing tension in your shoulders, you're trying to drop those down. If you're noticing tension in your belly, you're trying to soften it. At the same time, you're trying to keep an upright position in your spine. So keeping the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky, keeping the spine long. Then moving your attention towards your breath. Noticing how that breath is moving into and out of the body. What changes happen in the body as you inhale. And what changes happen as you exhale. Noticing the pace of the breath. Noticing the length of the breath and the depth of the breath. And keeping that breath nice and calm and smooth. Gradually starting to lengthen both the inhales and the exhales, so you might be working up to 4 counts in and 4 counts out. Maybe you're taking 4 counts in and 6 counts out, so whatever feels best within your own body today. And we'll take 3 more breaths here at your own pace. And 1 more breath. And slowly opening your eyes, reaching the arms up to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, we're going to take the left palm down onto the mat, reach the right arm up and over. So you're coming into a side body stretch, pulling that right shoulder back behind you. Taking a deep breath in And a deep breath out. Come back through center, both arms reach up. As you exhale, right palm comes down, left arm reaches up and over. Taking your gaze underneath the left elbow, pulling that left shoulder back behind you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Coming back through center, inhale. As you exhale, come into a twist. The left arm reaches back behind you, right palm on top of the left knee. Take your gaze past the left shoulder. Slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Deep breath in. As you exhale, twist a little bit deeper so you're pulling your navel in, taking your gaze further past that left shoulder. Come back through center, reach both arms up. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm on top of the right knee, twist. Gazing past the right shoulder, pulling the navel in. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, twist a tiny bit deeper. Come back through center, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to take your left arm, wrap it behind the back, and drop the right palm or the right fingertips onto the ground. You're just going to take your right ear towards your right shoulder here, coming into a quick neck stretch. So this should feel good. You shouldn't be feeling any pain or any pinching. Just lightly dropping the right ear towards that right shoulder. And take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Reaching up, both arms. As you exhale, switch. Right arm wraps behind the back, left arm drops onto the mat. Drop your left ear towards the left shoulder, finding that stretch in the right side of the neck. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Reach both arms up to the sky. As you exhale, you're going to interlace the fingers, place the palms to the back of the head, lift up through the chest, spread the elbows wide. Now as you exhale, you're just going to tuck your chin in towards your chest, drop the crown of your head down, and you can kind of curl your elbows in. So you're stretching the back of the neck, keeping that chin tucked in. You can rock your head side to side, or you can keep it still. So again, whatever feels best here. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Release those arms, set them out in front of you, come up into your tabletop position. Finding the center of your mat, you're just going to bring your knees hip width apart, hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll start with a few cat and cows. As you inhale, dropping the belly down, lifting through the chest, take the gaze up. As you exhale, round the spine, round the shoulders, tuck the chin to the chest. 3 more times like that. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale, lift, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Come back to a neutral position in your spine. We're going to start to stretch out the wrists. So for this, you're going to flip your fingers back to face towards your knees. Palms are going to be down on the ground. If your wrists are kind of tense or sensitive, you're just going to start with one arm. Otherwise, go ahead and flip both palms down, fingertips facing towards the knees. We're going to start to shift the weight back towards the heels, kind of like you're coming into child's pose. You're reaching the heels of the hands down towards the mat. This can be a little bit intense, so again, you can always just come back into doing one arm at a time. Holding here, straightening those elbows as much as you can, pressing the heels of the hands down, shoulders light away from the ears. 1 more breath here. Coming back up into your tabletop position, flipping the palms forward. And then we're going to take the back of the hands down onto the mat. So one hand down, other hand down. See if you can straighten out through the elbows. Again, you're not trying to make this a really intense stretch. So if you need to keep those elbows bent, do that. And then again, starting to press your weight back towards the heels. If you want to intensify the stretch a little more, you're going to curl the fingers in towards the palms. Holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly coming back up, flipping those palms down. Sit back onto your heels. You're just going to interlace the fingers and kind of lead a few circles one direction with your hands, and then a few times the other direction. Good. And then drop those palms out in front of you, coming back up into your tabletop position. From here, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back, coming into your downward dog. So in your downward dog, taking any movements that feel good, you can walk the heels up and down, you can sway the hips side to side, rock the head. Downward dog is a full body pose, so really trying to notice what you're feeling as you're standing here in your down dog, noticing how the chest feels, noticing how the backs of the legs feel. Keeping those palms pressing into the ground. If your hamstrings are tight, just bend your knees a little bit and then press the chest back. Taking one more breath. And take your gaze up to the top of your mat, bend your knees and slowly walk your hands towards the feet. So as slow as you can. And then bringing the big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. You're gonna bend your knees here, grab opposite elbows, and then fold your body over top of your legs. So you can keep the knees bent. If you're feeling more flexible today, you're gonna start to pull up on those kneecaps, straighten the knees out. Keep the elbows heavy, keep the crown of the head weighing down. You can sway side to side, you can rock forward and back. One more breath. Good, release those arms down. We're gonna bend into the right knee. If your knees were already bent, see if you can start to straighten the left knee out just a little bit so it doesn't have to come fully straight. You're bending into the right knee, trying to straighten out that left leg. Right palm is gonna stay on the ground. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. So you're kind of twisting that chest up. You can wrap the left arm behind the back and see if you can pull the left side of the chest back. Stacking the left shoulder over top of the right shoulder. Again, knees can be bent here if you need them to be. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release that left palm down, switch. Bend into the left knee, start to straighten out the right leg or keep both knees bent. Reach that right arm up towards the sky, wrap it behind the back. If it's accessible to you, pull the right shoulder back, stacking it over top of the left. You might feel this in the outside of the right hip if that right leg is straight. Otherwise, you're just focusing on the stretch in the upper body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Drop the right palm down, bend into the knees, slowly roll yourself up into a standing position, reaching the arms up, palms touch, and then bring them down to heart center. We're gonna start with our sun salutations. Inhale, lifting the arms up, palms touch. As you exhale, reach the arms out, slowly folding over the legs. Inhale, palms to shins, gaze forward, flat back, shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back into your plank pose. Finding your plank position, you're up high on your toes, you're shifting your shoulders over your wrists, tucking the tailbone under, pulling the belly in, making sure those shoulder blades are moving out away from one another rather than kind of collapsing in. Holding here for 3, keep breathing, holding for 2, and 1. First chaturanga, drop the knees down, shift your shoulders over your wrists, tuck the elbows back, lower the chest to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the chest just halfway off, and then maybe coming up into your up dog if that feels good. Exhale, shifting back, down dog. That was our first sun salutation. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, press the chest back, press those heels down. Take your gaze up, top of your mat, bend your knees, walk your feet up towards your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up, palms touch, down, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms reach out, forward fold, keep a flat back as you do this. Inhale, palms to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back, plank. Once again, holding here 3 breaths, spreading those shoulder blades out, keeping the collarbone wide, pulling the navel in, holding 3. Holding 2, and 1. Chaturanga, you can come on your knees if you need, or dropping all the way down slowly. Chaturanga, inhale, baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale, down dog. 1 more sun salutation to go. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Gaze up, top of your mat, bend your knees, step, hop, or jump. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Palms touch, down, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, palms to shins. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back, plank. Holding here for 3. Holding for 2, keep pressing the ground away. And 1, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Gaze up, top of your mat, bend your knees, step, hop, or jump forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Palms touch, down, heart center. Bend your knees, sit the hips back into your chair pose, reach the arms up to the sky. So you're keeping those hips low. Just take a look down at your toes. If your knees are kind of covering your toes, you want to shift the weight back so that the sit bones are pressing back past your heels. Reaching those arms up, pulling the navel in, pulling the rib cage in. Deep breath out, forward fold. Inhale, palms to shins. Exhale, palms down. You're gonna bend the knees, step the right leg back behind you, coming into a low lunge. You're gonna keep your fingertips on the ground. You can take your palms on the ground if that feels better. I just want you to keep your chest open here. So you're taking your gaze forward to the top of your mat, sinking those hips down as much as you can, and you can just start to shift your weight forward and back. So forward onto that front foot, back onto the right toes. A few times forward and back. Keep breathing. Keeping that back leg engaged and straight. Last breath. Good. Drop those palms down if you were on your fingertips. Really anchor down into those right toes and see if you can lift the left foot off the mat. Bring your nose towards your knee here. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, send the left leg back. You can come into 3-legged plank or you can come into full plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Gaze up, top of your mat, bend your knees. Step, hop, or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach up, palms touch, down, heart center. Bend your knees, sit the hips back. Reach the arms up, chair pose. Same thing, sending your hips back past your heels, keeping that rib cage closed, keeping the navel in. 1 breath. 1 breath out, fold over. Inhale, palms to shins. Exhale, palms down. You're gonna step the left leg back this time. So landing on those left toes into your low lunge. You can keep your fingertips on the ground. You can keep your palms on the ground, whatever is most accessible. And start rocking forward and back. So you're shifting over the right foot and then back onto those left toes. Keeping that back leg engaged. You're feeling a little bit of an opening in the front of the left hip. Keep the chest open. 1 more breath. If you were on your fingertips, drop the palms down, anchor down into the left toes. See if you can bring that right knee into the chest. Bring the nose towards the knee, curl forward. And then exhale, send that right leg back, either 3-legged plank or full plank, lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Let's reach the left leg up to the sky as you inhale. Bending the left knee, opening up through the hip. So you're stacking the left hip over top of the right, pressing the chest back to the back of your mat, reaching that left knee up as high as you can. 1 more breath here. Taking your gaze up, top of your mat, pull the left knee into the chest, and then big step forward with that left foot. Wiggle the right toes back, drop down into the hips. You're gonna lift the left arm up towards the sky. So we're coming into a twisted low lunge. If you can, you're gonna roll to the pinky toe edge of the left foot. So you're kind of opening that left knee out to the side. You can actually take the left palm against the inside of the left thigh and kind of press it out, lifting up through the chest, or you just keep reaching that left arm up. Take a deep breath in, keep pulling that left shoulder back behind you. 1 more breath. Nice, drop that left palm down. From here, again, you're gonna anchor down into the right toes. See if you can bring your left foot off the mat, bring it against the left tricep. From here, coming back into your plank pose. We're gonna roll into side plank, so rolling to the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Lift the left arm up towards the sky. So you have a few options here. You can stack the left foot on top of the right. You can bring the left foot in front of the right, or you can come into modified side plank. You're just dropping that right knee down, keeping the left leg extended. So finding your position here. Taking one breath in. One breath out. Drop that left palm down. Bring the left knee into the chest once again. Big step forward, left foot. From here, you're gonna ground the right sole of the foot down. Reach the arms up, warrior one. Keeping those hips low. We'll take a few flows here. So you're just gonna be moving up and down, straightening the leg, bending into it. As you inhale, we're gonna straighten that left leg, drop the arms out to the sides, and then as you inhale, reaching the arms up, re-bending into that left knee. A few more times. Exhale, arms down, straighten the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, out. Inhale, reach. Last one. Exhale, out. Inhale, reach. Stay here, one breath. As you exhale, open out, warrior two. Left toes facing the long side of your mat. Sorry, left toes facing the short side. Right toes facing the long side. Sink down into the hips. Take your arms out at 90 degrees. Take your gaze past the left middle finger. As you inhale, flip the palms up. As you exhale, the right arm is going to drop down. Left arm reaches up and over, exalted warrior. Just one breath here. Coming back up through center. As you exhale, left forearm down onto the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. Pull that right shoulder back behind you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Come back up through center. As you exhale, one last time, exalted warrior. Right arm drops, left arm reaches. Back to center, inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna start to shift your weight forward onto that front foot. You can start to walk the right foot in. Take your fingers out in front of the left foot a few inches. And then slowly, if you want, you can start to bring your leg in closer. You're gonna shift your weight fully onto that left foot, float the right leg off the mat, coming into half moon pose. So the right hand can be on the right hip, trying to find your balance here. You're maybe extending that right arm up towards the sky. Last option here, once you've found your balance, you can bend the right knee, reach that right arm back to grab the inside of the right foot, kick back into that right hand, and keep that chest open. So you can keep a small bend in that left knee if you need. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly, if you had a hold of that right foot, you're going to drop the right fingers down onto the mat. You're squaring your hips off, but keeping that right leg lifted. Take a deep breath in. Just going to move back so you guys can see me. Deep breath in, keeping the chest flat, back flat. And then as you exhale, you're folding over that left leg, reaching the right leg up a little bit higher, so you're coming into standing splits. So that name of the pose kind of sounds intimidating, but don't think too much about it. Just try to lift that right leg up as high as you can. Doesn't matter how high it goes. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out, slowly lowering that right foot down, bringing the feet together. Inhale, palms to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back plank. Slowly lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Reach the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. We're doing the exact same thing on the other side. You're keeping both sides of the chest squared to the back of the mat. Reaching that right knee up as high as you can. Take a deep breath. And a deep breath out. Gaze up, top of your mat. Pull the right knee into the chest. Big step forward with that right foot. Wiggle the left toes back. You're keeping the left palm down. Reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Twisted low lunge. Last option you have here is to roll to the pinky toe edge of the right foot. You can also take the hand against the inside of the right thigh. Press that knee out and away from you. Lift the chest up. So wherever you are, you're just trying to Open up through the chest, spiral the center of your chest up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Drop that right palm down. Again, you're going to anchor down into those left toes. See if you can bring the right knee or the right foot up. Anchor it against the right tricep, and then send it back into plank. We're rolling to side plank here. So rolling to the pinky toe edge of the left foot, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Taking any modification you need, you can stack the right foot in front of the left, on top of the left, or modified side plank, dropping that left knee down, extending the right leg out. So completely up to you, holding here. If you want to play around with the balance here a bit, you can maybe lift that right leg up, maybe bend that right knee, float it on top of that left leg. One more breath here. Drop the right palm down, come back into your plank, pull the right knee into the chest, big step forward, right foot. Drop the left sole of the foot down, reach the arms up, warrior one. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So just like we did on the other side, as we inhale, we're going to straighten out that right leg, reach the arms out to the sides, and then as you exhale, bend into the right knee, reach the arms up a few times. Inhale, straighten out. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Two more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Deep breath in. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Right toes facing the short side, left toes facing the long side. Reach the arms out. 90 degrees. You're taking your gaze past the right middle finger. Deep breath in, palms flip up. Exhale, left arm drops, right arm reaches up and over, exalted warrior. Come back through center. Exhale, right forearm down into the right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over, side angle pose. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, last time, exalted warrior. Left arm drops, right arm reaches. Coming back up. You can take the left hand onto the left hip. You can start to walk that right foot in a few steps. See if you can take the right fingertips a few inches ahead of that right foot, and then you're slowly transitioning your weight to the right foot, floating the left leg off the mat. So finding your balance here. Don't worry too much if you're struggling here. I'm struggling too. Good, so once you found that balance, you're stacking the left hip over top of the right, left arm reaches up, maybe bending the left knee, reaching back to grab the inside of the left foot, kicking that left leg back behind you, opening up through the chest. Holding for 3. Holding 2. And 1. Release that left leg out, drop the left palm down or the left fingertips. Again, just finding a flat back, keeping that left leg up, deep breath in. As you exhale, folding over that right leg, lifting that left leg up higher, just as high as you can. Holding for another 2. And 1. Exhale, drop that left leg down. Take the feet about hip width apart. We're just going to come into a forward fold here. It's going to be more relaxing now. So as you exhale, you're just folding over the legs. You can take any variation in your hands here. You can take the palms, place them underneath the soles of the feet, and then fold over. You can take the peace fingers around the big toes, and then same thing, fold over. If none of those are accessible to you, you can keep your hands on your shins. You can even keep your hands on your hips. Whatever feels good, but you're just trying to release your weight in this pose. So don't think too much about alignment, just trying to roll your upper body over top of the legs. Holding here for 3 breaths, trying to shift your weight towards the toes. Again, if you need to bend your knees, for sure do that here. And for another 2. And for 1. Wherever your hands were, bring them onto your shins, gaze forward, flat back. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back into your plank pose. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, shift back, child's pose. You can keep the knees together, you can keep the big toes together, arms can reach forward or back. So just taking a few breaths here. If you would like to take a sip of water, now's a good time to do it. Good. So we have just a few more standing postures left to go, and then we'll start to cool down. So hopefully you guys are still doing okay and looking as red as me. One more breath. Slowly bringing yourself up into your tabletop position. Let's just rock the hips side to side a few times. And then bring the hips back to center. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out. Gaze up, top of your mat. Bend your knees. Step, hop, or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up, palms touch, bring them down, heart center. We're gonna move into our chair pose one more time. So sinking the hips back, reaching those arms up towards the sky. Rib cage in, belly in, shifting the weight back past your heels. Deep breath in, and deep breath out, exhale, fold. You're gonna take your feet out again, hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider than that. Turn your toes out 45 degrees. We're gonna sink down into our squat pose. So for some people, if your hips aren't really coming down to the ground, that's also completely fine. You can stay in a more upright position, taking your hands onto your knees and kind of pressing the hips down. So finding whatever works best for you. If you're closer to the ground, that's also great. Making sure wherever you are, you're keeping those knees open. So taking the palms to the center of your chest if you're down here, pulling the knees out to the side, keep the chest open. Taking a few breaths here. And you're either staying here or you can come into a little bit of a bind. So I'll just guide you through it. That left arm is going to reach out. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. If this is enough for you, stay here. If you want more, you're going to drop that right arm behind the back and then see if you can wrap the left arm around the left leg, reaching the fingertips back. See if you can bring the fingertips together. And same thing, you're just rotating your gaze up towards the sky. One more breath. Come back through center, release the arms. We're gonna switch to the other side. Right arm reaches out to the side. Left arm reaches up to the sky. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, left arm reaches back, right arm wraps around that right knee. You're going to see if you can squeeze the fingertips together, rotate the chest up. For another 2, keep breathing. And 1. Release the arms, reach the arms out in front of you, just 1 breath. And then bring the palms to the ground. You're slowly going to straighten out those knees, turn the toes in, walk the feet together. Inhale, palms to shins, gaze forward. Exhale, palms down, bend your knees, step back, plank. Slow chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Reach the left leg up to the sky, inhale. Take your gaze up top of your mat, pull the left knee into the chest, and then you're going to set up for pigeon pose. So you're going to align the shin with the top of the mat. Send that right leg back behind you. Walk your fingertips underneath your shoulders. So again, adjusting however you need. If you're feeling a lot of tension in that left hip, you can kind of squeeze the left heel in towards the right groin. If you want more, you're just going to bring that front shin to align with the top of the mat into a more parallel position. So staying upright first. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You're either going to stay here or start to walk those arms out. You might come down onto your forearms. Maybe you extend your arms all the way out in front of you. So settling in your position. If you're tight in that left hip, like I mentioned before, you can take, or for future reference if you don't have anything beside you right now, but a good idea is to place a pillow underneath that left hip just to kind of cushion and lift the hips up so it's not as intense of a stretch. Taking 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Slowly lifting up, walking those hands back in towards you. You're going to roll over onto that left hip, slide the right leg forward. We're going to come into a twist, so you're just going to cross the right leg over top of the left. Reach the right arm back behind you. The left arm is going to reach up, bend the left elbow, and cross it to the outside of the right knee. So you can do that. You can also just take your arm and wrap it around that right knee, press the knee in, keeping the chest open, keeping the spine upright. Holding 3. Holding for 2. And 1. Bring that chest back to center. We're just going to counter twist. Take the hands to the other side. Fold over. Just 1 breath here. And breath out. Come back through center. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. Come back up into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back. And we're going to reach the right leg up to the sky. Take your gaze up, top of your mat. Pull the right knee into the chest. And then drop that right shin in line with the top of the mat. Wiggle the left knee and the left foot back. Hands underneath your shoulders to start. So keeping those hips upright just for a moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Drop down into the hips just as much as you can without any pain. And then you're either staying upright or you're coming down onto the forearms or extending the arms out. So turning your awareness inwards here, noticing what you're feeling in your body, noticing what that right hip feels like, noticing what the breath feels like. Holding for 3. Holding for 2. And 1. Slowly lifting back up, walking those hands in, roll over to the right hip. We're going to slide that left leg out in front of us and then cross it to the outside of the right knee. Left arm reaches back on the fingertips. Right arm extends up to the sky. Bend that right elbow, cross it to the outside of the left knee, and twist your gaze past the left shoulder. Just check in with your hips here. If you notice that left hip lifting off the mat, just place it back down. So extending the crown of the head up to the sky. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more. Deep breath in. And breath out. Come back to center. Take the hands over to the other side. Counter twist. Folding over. Slowly lifting back up. This time we're just going to come into a butterfly pose to finish off. So bringing the soles of your feet together, you can walk the heels closer into the inner thighs, or you can send them a little bit further forward. The knees are going to be open out to the sides. Your hands are going to come around the ankles. Take a deep breath in, drop the shoulders away from the ears, extend the spine. And then as you exhale with a flat back, start to fold over. So if you want a little bit more in this pose, you can kind of take your elbows, press them down against the knees. Holding here, flat back. If it feels good, you can even reach those arms out in front of you. Three breaths. One more breath. Slowly walking those hands back in. Bringing the knees back together. You're just going to wrap your arms around the shins, rolling your forehead down over top of your knees. Just take a breath into the back body here. And a deep breath out. Lifting back up, lowering all the way down onto your back, hugging the knees into your chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, taking a few rocks side to side. Nice. From here, we're going to drop the soles of the feet down onto the ground just to give ourselves a final full body stretch. or almost full body stretch, we're gonna come into bridge pose. So hands are gonna come down by the sides of your body. You're gonna walk your heels back so that the fingers are tickling the backs of your heels. From here, we're gonna tuck the tailbone under, press the hips up to the sky, walk the shoulder blades closer together. You're either staying here, or I'll give you two other options. You can interlace the fingers behind the back, pull the elbows straight, walk the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Another option here, if you want a little bit more of a back bend, you're going to take your palms underneath your sacrum. So one palm underneath the sacrum, the other palm underneath the sacrum, and stay here. So you're kind of lifting the hips up. Wherever you are, I want you to keep the glutes engaged, the core engaged. Taking a few breaths here into the belly. Two more breaths. One more breath. And releasing those arms down, lowering down, upper back, mid back, low back. Tailbone, hug the knees in. We're going to cross the right leg over top of the left, take the arms out to the sides into a T shape, and then drop the knees over to the left side of the body. Coming into your twist, rotating your gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Taking a few breaths here, relaxing those shoulders, relaxing any tension in your body that you don't need for this pose. Just letting go. Bring the knees back in. We're going to switch the cross of the legs. Left leg crosses over the right. Drop the knees to the right side. Take your gaze to the left. A few breaths here. Slowly bringing those knees back in and cross the legs. Just giving yourself one last hug into the center of your chest, so wrapping the arms around the shins, rolling your nose up towards the knees. You're squeezing yourself into this tight little ball. So squeezing into the arms, squeezing into the legs, squeezing into the core. Just bringing as much tension into the body as possible so we can release it. Holding for 3, holding for 2, and one big sigh out. Release the legs out in front of you. Drop the arms down by your sides. If you'd like a heart opener here, you can take the arms up overhead. So making yourself comfortable here in your final resting pose, your Shavasana. We'll take a few breaths. Taking a few moments also to absorb any of the benefits of this practice. Noticing any shifts or any differences from the beginning of your practice today till now. Shifts in your breath, in your body, or in your mental state. Relax each and every single muscle in your entire body, relaxing the facial muscles as well. So letting go of tension in the jaw, forehead, eyelids, and space in between them. Fingers, roll out the wrists and ankles, and rock the head from side to side. Then bending both knees, placing the soles of the feet on the ground. You're going to reach the left arm up overhead, roll to the left side of your body into fetal position. Just taking a breath here. And slowly, whenever you're ready, rolling yourself up, Coming into a seated position, top of your mat with your eyes closed. Palms joined together at heart center. We'll just end off our practice with one last breath together. So taking a deep breath in through the nose. And a deep breath out through the mouth. Bowing your head down towards your fingers. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, for allowing me to guide you and assist you through it. I hope you have a beautiful and peaceful week ahead of you. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. For whoever stuck through. Thank you. So yeah, let me know if you have any requests or anything like that. I'd love to hear. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Morgie. Yeah, so as usual, I'm doing this twice a week. Tuesdays, sorry, I forgot for a second. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. So, can I request you? Sure. Yeah, so hopefully you guys join in. And again, if you have any requests, any feedback, I'd love to hear it. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great week. See you soon.